around the nipple makes an M sound that is surely the basis of words such as mama. Such words are roughly shared by non-human mammals, such as cats, whose meows also evoke this action, a sign they learn to use more frequently as adults when they live with humans. Relying on is the uneasy fuel of the symbiotic reel. This relying on always has its haunted aspect, so that a symbiont can become toxic or strange-seeming relationships can form, which is how evolution works. The right word to describe this reliance between discrete yet deeply interrelated beings is solidarity. Without the tattered incompletion of the symbiotic reel at every scale, solidarity would have no meaning. Solidarity is possible and widely available because it is the phenomenology of the symbiotic reel as such. Solidarity is how the symbiotic reel manifests, the noise it makes. Solidarity also only works when it is thought at this scale. In so doing, humankind pushes against the tendency to exclude non-humans, that is, the environment, or ecological issues, from the thought domains mapped out by the academic New Left since the mid-1960s. The reasons for this exclusion have to do with a dominant Hegelian strand within these thought domains, a strong correlationism that has now persisted past the moment at which it was tactically useful. The usefulness consisted in how strong correlationism provided ways to draw necessary circles around white Western cultures, clipping the wings of their ideological sense of omnipresence, omniscience, and omnipotence. The argument humankind makes has, until very recently, been left in the hands of conservative forces opposed to cultural relativism and theory. Conceding an entire region, a very large-scale one at that, to the forces of reaction isn't tactically viable. Humankind's thinking outside the Hegelian culturalist box requires a number of curious, counterintuitive steps that will deter some listeners. This audiobook is very possibly going to freak you out. The byline could be, yes, it's possible to include non-human beings in Marxist theory, but you're not going to like it. Where is the ecological pronoun? It should be obvious, even this early on, that one of the principal enemies of what I here call humankind is humanity itself. Post-Enlightenment thought is correct to wage war against this counterpart of so-called nature, a vanilla essence consisting of white maleness. I capitalize nature to denature it, like frying an egg, revealing its artificial constructedness and explosive wholeness. Humankind is violently opposed both to humanity and to nature, which has always been a reified distortion of the symbiotic reel. I will now begin to capitalize humanity for the same reasons as I capitalize nature. As planetary awareness continues at breakneck speed to interrupt the propagation of the humanity-nature dyad, it is tempting to write big picture books that deceptively address all humans at all times, while predictably arguing for a teleological account of accelerating success and progress towards a transhuman singularity of electronic enhancements to the humanity substance. Such books are popular worldwide because they inhibit the true ecological awareness. Humankind is an ecological being that can be found in the symbiotic reel. Can I give voice to it in this audiobook? There is no pronoun entirely suitable to describe ecological beings. If I call them I, then I'm appropriating them to myself or to some pantheistic or Gaia concept that swallows them all without regard to their specificity. If I call them you, I differentiate them from the kind of being that I am. If I call them he or she, then I'm gendering them according to heteronormative concepts that are untenable on evolutionary terms.